Tina from Ideas and Embellishment, and I'm here to show you this little project that I made for design. It's a design team project for Victoria Designs, and I made this using her Birds Utopia kit, journaling kit, and this is the it's a never-ending journal tag book. I love it. I think it's beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite kits that I've ever seen, and I just think it's gorgeous. So let me show you how it works. So this little ribbon, you want to, this here, and it opens this way, and it has lots of little tags and ephemera in it. I also used some crystal glaze, I think it's called crystal glaze, to offset some of these pictures. And I backed some of the images in cardstock to give it a little dimension. You can see there. We need to move the ribbon out of the way, and it keeps going. Keep going the other way. And back to the front. So if you'd like to learn how I made this, please keep watching. So what you're going to need for this project is, of course, the digital kit from Victoria Designs, but honestly, you can do this project with any of her kits because they all, when you download the kit, they all have the little, the 4 to a page pages. That makes sense. So what I did with mine, you're gonna need that. I cut them in half. And I picked out the ones that I wanted to use for my project, and I kept some of them, like there's some that are plain, like for instance, a few of them were plain like this, and I opted to use these. I'm going to do something else with these. I think I can make these into like little booklets or journal cards. I think I pulled those out because I don't need that many. I also set aside this one because I thought it was beautiful and I wanted to use this as part of the cover. So I set those aside. Another thing you're going to need is some cardstock. Now what I did was I used this cardstock here. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it's 65-pound, 176 GSM. It's pretty substantial. It's not too bad, but that's what you're going to need. You don't necessarily need to have this cardstock. I just thought I liked the color, and I thought it went really well with the pages. So what I did with my cardstock is I opted to keep 38 of these. So, and the rest of them, like I said, I put aside. So I cut these apart and I counted out 38 that I really liked of these little pages. I printed these at the normal size, which on my Epson printer, I have an Epson printer, it's supposed to be borderless, but like I said, these are small, so you may need to adjust the size of your cardstock accordingly. But my cardstock, I wanted it to have a little tiny bitty border like this around that, and so my cardstock I cut at 3.5 times 5 3/8, and that was what came out perfect for me. I also took my corner rounder and I rounded all the corners of the pages. So I'm also going to do that with these, make it looks nice. So I'm going to round those corners, and then I will go on to the next step. Okay, so I'm back and I've rounded all the corners. And also what I did was I went around the edges with some Salty Ocean because I thought it matched some of the kit pretty nicely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these together. I went to Hobby Lobby. I bought these. It's basically just a pack. I'm not sure what it's made for, but it's white cotton, and I cut it into strips. So what I'm going to do, I also have a popsicle stick here and my Fabri Tac. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, it just so happens it fits just like that. Kind of cool. So this is actually an inch wide strip. So what I can do, if I want to, and I think I might just because, is I'm going to go through all of these and I am going to mark a 1/2 inch. So I can line it up on my grid. And I'll take my Fabri Tac and I'm going to spread it out here. I'll take the fabric strip, put it right there, trying to get it in the middle even as best as I can. And we'll turn it over. Then I'm going to take the next one. I don't know why I turned it over. It doesn't matter because they're the same on both sides. What's wrong with me? Like this. And then I'm going to take my popsicle stick because I want to add a little bit of a play right there. Then I'm going to take this and put it, I want it on my grid straight as I can be. So just a little bit of wiggle room. I want this to be straight like that. Okay, it's about right. Close it over, make sure all of this is good. So then this will be like that. So on the next one, I'm gonna do another 1/2 inch. And I'm gonna do it opposite. Another one of these strips. got glue on my hands. Yeah, that's what happens when you, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with this. And probably just a little bit of room right there. Want a little bit of folding room. And make sure they're straight. Because if you get off even a little bit, it's gonna be all cattywampus. So want it to be close like that. And I probably could do right up to the edge. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Right up to the edge. I think I'm gonna do right up to the edge. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Maybe I don't need it to be quite. It needs to be. You just need a little bit of room. Just a little. Just enough to fold. And also, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to pull it a little closer. This one's pretty stuck. All right, I'm going to do it again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. Yeah, that's going to be good. So do that like that. Make sure the glue is all dried or has a way to stick. Then have it this way, and then we're going to do the same thing all the way with all of them. Okay, so I'm going to finish these up this way, and then I'll be back. Okay, so once you have all your pieces together, you're going to end up with something like this. And I want my cover to open this way, so I'm going to reserve this one to be my cover. So what I've kind of done is taken these and put them into two different groups. This one is one that I probably wouldn't want to put a pocket on the bottom, and this one I probably wouldn't mind. And some of them I put, I don't know if you can see this or not, it's kind of shiny. I put glossy accents on to make them a little shiny. So I'm going to keep this one as a cover. So now what we have to do is figure out where we're going to put everything. I'm going to start using, and it's going to be easier if you do it with it on, like on a flat surface like this. This is where we put all the pages on here. So I'm just going to use my Fabri Tac. You could probably also use glue stick. And I'm going to put this right over top of that. This is the base. I'm just going to keep going. And I think what I'm going to do is go alternate. Do them all on this side. I actually had to go get more glue, y'all. So I was this one. And that should flatten that out good. The glossy accents is so pretty. And I'm just going to try not to get all of this glue everywhere. Probably could use a little more under here. And while I'm at it, see, I can see this is shiny right here, so I can go ahead. Well, it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up. Never mind. Never mind. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I think I'll do this one this way. Just kind of, because of the fabric, you're going to want to use some kind of glue that will stick to the fabric. Okay, and once you've gone through the whole thing and you get to the back should be blank because we need to do something else to the back to make it stable. So then all you need to do is turn it over and start on the other side and do and start on this side, adding stuff. And you just want to make sure you're going the same way. Just turn it over and start going this way. And then you start gluing on the other side. Okay, so once you have all of your things put in the covers, it makes it pretty substantial and it's very nice. So, and I said I used glossy accents. I did not. I'm sorry. I used this. It's called Crystal Glaze, and that's what I used on each of these. So some of these I just made. I don't know if you can see how shiny that is, but it's just a little extra thing. So anyway, so this is what we have so far. So now we have to do the cover. And what I did is I cut 2 pieces of just cardboard, and it's not very heavy cardboard, but I wanted to put those on, one on the front and one on the back. So I made it to be just a little bit smaller than the front, just a little bit. So, and I can measure that if you want me to. This is 3 1/8 and a half, if that makes sense. Or if you're into centimeters, it would be 8 centimeters by 5 1/8, or 13 centimeters. So sometimes centimeters are so much easier to work with, just because it's close. Anyway, so I have these, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the cover. I'm not sure. What I think I'm going to do is cover the cover. So what I'm going to do is what I'm going to use to cover the cover is some of the papers. Okay, so what I decided to use is this paper. And what I did is I pulled it into my PowerPoint, like what I do sometimes, and because I wanted it to be this orientation. You see, if you printed it out regular, it would be this orientation, and I wanted it to be portrait size. And what I'm going to do, so then I'll have 2 of them, and I am going to take one of these little pieces of cardboard, and I'm going to cover it with this. It doesn't have to be precise. And I'm going to cover this with this. And just like I would a journal cover. Now this kit does come with a lot of beautiful papers, and I just knew that I didn't need, on this one, I didn't need to use them, but I did decide to use one for the back and the front cover. So, you know, cut a little bit off like I always do. We don't need this much. I'll cut all this off. I like using art glitter glue for this, but I'm wondering, I think mine is going almost empty. I just want those edges covered, basically. So the other side. You want these little corners. If you see, you want the little corners like this so that they will fold down really well. Like that. So see how that nice that looks. Okay, I got one. I'm going to do the other one. Okay, so now I have two of these that are pretty much close to being exactly alike. So what I want to do with these, what I did, the back, I just figured the back would be plain, so I'm just going to put the back on here like that. I'm just going to put the back on here. I just wanted it to be more substantial, and I may choose a nice, they have all these pictures that I cut out, all these fussy cut pictures. So one of those might be really nice on the back, and I think I might do that. You can choose whatever you want. And I made it smaller. But see, I like the fact that it's just a little bit, you can see a little bit of that map around the corner. It makes me happy. What about this guy? Oh, see? That would be really pretty. Or this one. I kind of like this one. I'm going to put this one on the back. So I think it's real. These are so pretty. I think this is one of the prettiest kits I have ever seen, honestly. This could almost be the front, but it's not. It's the back. So here's the back. And then what I did for the front is I loved this one is my favorite. So I loved it. And what I did was, I don't know if you could see it, it's shiny. I took around the edges and I used the Stardust stickles and just put it around the edges. And then I took one of the things, one of the tag things from the kit, and I mounted it on some board and a little bit of this cardboard like stuff, and I put some brads through it so that it would be like that. So that's the first thing I did. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the I think I used Fabri Tac on the board. The stick, I just wanted it to be a little, you know, because it's, the name of the kit is Utopia and Birds Utopia, and I think I just wanted it to have a little bit of oh, you know what, I forgot something. No, I didn't. It's fine. I wanted it to be magical, like with a little bit of, I think it's so pretty. Stickles, and I have a lot of stickles and I haven't been able to use them, so it's always a good idea to use what you have. Okay, and if that wasn't good enough, what I did was I took this bird, I cut him out, and I added some of the diamond glaze, crystal glaze, to the bird. Let me see him. And he is going to be sitting on top of this. How cute is that? To add a little bit of dimension to this project, to this cover. And he will fit right in there, Mr. Bird. I love it. I do. I love it. Okay, so this guy will go on the back, but what I want to do is I went to Hobby Lobby and I got this. Is it Hobby Lobby? Yes, I think it was this Hobby Lobby. No, it was a Walmart, sorry. This is just ribbon. Look, kind of goes with the stickles, right? So I am going to take this guy, let's see, I'm going to fold it about in half because I just want to know where the middle is. And I'm going to put some of this down. I wonder if I should use double sticky tape. I think I'm going to use, just to have it, we'll put some, let me see, double sticky tape right in the middle here. And okay, and then put this, I'll make sure I got it kind of close to the middle. It doesn't necessarily have to be. There, put that there. And then I'm gonna take my guy, my back, And I'm going to put this on the back. And turn it over and put this one on the front. And then when I want to close it, like this. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm very pleased with myself. All right. So we have done that. So the next thing we need to do is look through here. Just so you know, when is to look through here and make add some ephemera. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed it up, add some music, and just add some ephemera to this piece, to this lovely journal. I hope that you, excuse my mess, but I hope that you like this. I think it turned out beautifully. So you can make one of these tag books. Like I was saying before, you can make one of these tag books out of any of her kits. And they are so easy to make, and they're so pretty, and they make great gifts, and you can display them in many different ways. So I hope you like this, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.